Welcome back. Very excited. We've got a very special artist in the house today, artist Carrie Pickett of Minneapolis. She's a former MSUM grad, and she's going to be celebrated now with a big event that's coming up, and she joins us in studio. First off, congratulations, and thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your event and what the celebration is of your work.
Well, I graduated at Minnesota State University, Moorhead, now Minnesota, now, you know, MSUM, and I haven't had an exhibit in this area since my senior exhibit in 1982.
Wow.
And so last year they gave me a Lifetime Achievement Award, and then they asked me to be the colloquium speaker, which I'm doing tonight, and then to have this exhibit. And so I thought, well, it's a really great opportunity to really show the students what a career looks like.
Congratulations.
So it's a big show.
What are you going to be speaking on tonight?
I'm going to be speaking on the path of being an artist and having perseverance and persistence and staying with it. And so I'm just talking about the path of my 40 years.
I want to show, you're with Winona LaDuke, show some of your work. But so for artists out there listening, what would you say to them about staying on the path?
Yeah, persistence. You know, when I look back, I just think that that's what really got me through, is just a belief that the outcome didn't matter as much as the process, and to stay true to your vision. And also, even when you're a media artist such as myself, and I work as a journalist as well, to do your own personal work and to not put all of your energy in your work.
Can you speak to that picture, please?
Yes, that picture was made in 1993 in South Dakota, and that's Sonia Holy Eagle, and she has the 4 directions painted on her face. And I really like to focus on people, and I was out in South Dakota and had the opportunity to do to make pictures on the set of the Lakota Woman, and so that was one of the pictures that I made. And Winona LaDuke's organization, Honor the Earth, I let them use that as their signature picture for many, many years. They're still using it, but
good for you.
Yeah.
So we've got some more pics. I mean, you've got some incredible stuff here that Tony's been going through. If you want
This is Keith Haring, the graffiti artist who was part of the huge hip-hop movement in New York. I got my start in New York City at the Village Voice newspaper, and so I spent the 80s with a press pass and a front row seat to the happenings in New York. And so for this exhibit, I got together a lot of the pictures I made. This is the replacements backstage at CBGB's.
Wow.
And so for this exhibit, I've gotten out a lot of pictures that I had never, ever shown before.
Are you
This
kidding
is
me?
Run DMC and Grandmaster Flash.
Did you get to hang out with them?
Well, you know, a little, but, you know, the way you do as a journalist, you know.
Wow.
So it's...
Did you go to the show and everything?
It's, yeah, I photographed a lot of music. And so I just touched on some of the people. I have pictures of Husker Du that have never been seen before. I put in a picture of Diana Ross. This is Cyndi Lauper. And this was her breakout performance, really, in 1984 for Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
I was just going to start singing.
And this is my photo editor. This is the man who gave me my start in my career, Fred W. McDara, and he was the photo director for the Village Voice for many, many years. He died a few years ago, and I still miss him.
So walk us through what we're going to see at your show and how we can go check it out.
Okay, well, I'm showing the work in somewhat of a chronological order, in that you'll start out with my college work, which of course has never been seen since I left MSU in '82. I thought, well, you know, I had all these students helping me, and I said, you know, where are you going to be when you're 60? Because I just turned 60. And they were like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to be. And I said, well, that little bit of the wall is what the work I did when I was in college. And then the rest of this work I did over the remaining 40 years. And so I also have films in because I'm a filmmaker and director of photography. And then for the very first time, I'm showing watercolors and pastels.
Congratulations.
Because I wanted to show students.
I got to ask you,
yeah.
So you had this 40-year career, like, has there been sort of an arc where you had a moment like, oh, so this is what this has been about for me and what I've learned, or any experience like that? Well,
you know, I'm a family first person, and my first book, Love in the 90s, was about my grandparents' lifelong love and their their courtship and growing old together. And then my first film, The Fabulous Ice Age, is about my uncle and his quest to save the 100-year history of dancing on ice, the Great American Touring Ice Shows, Ice Follies, Ice Capades, Holiday on Ice. And so I would say I've done very, very well, and I always encourage people to focus on their family and what they know first, but then also follow your passion. And so then that kind of gets to my most recent film, First Daughter and the Black Snake, which will be showing on October 5th.
I got to talk to you offset, but real quickly, how do people go see your show?
It's
Where?
at MSUM at the Roland Dill Gallery, and the official opening is the 19th, and then there'll be a closing on October 5th where they'll also show my feature film, First Daughter and the Black Snake.
Congratulations. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We got much more coming up right after this.